In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 WNBA games happening on June 30th, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 WNBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Atlanta Dream versus New York Liberty. It's a clash of Eastern Conference teams on the basketball court as 2 squads aiming for a victory face off in New York City. The Atlanta Dream are hitting the road, traveling up the East Coast to challenge the New York Liberty on Sunday afternoon. In their most recent game, Atlanta stunned Connecticut with a 78-74 road victory on Friday night, achieving an outright win as a 10-point underdog. Conversely, New York suffered a 94-89 defeat at home against Minnesota in the Commissioner's Cup Final on Tuesday night, failing to cover as a 5.5-point favorite in their latest contest. Historically, New York has dominated the matchup, winning 8 of the last 10 meetings, including the last 4 consecutive games. This season, the Liberty have already secured victories over the Dream, winning 78-61 on June 6th and 96-75 on June 23rd. Both games played in Atlanta. This season, the New York Liberty has proven to be a much stronger team compared to the Atlanta Dream. Analyzing their performance against the spread, the Dream have struggled with a 5-10 record, while the Liberty have fared slightly better with an 8-12 record against the spread during the WNBA regular season. Offensively, these teams are on opposite ends of the spectrum. The Liberty boasts the highest offensive rating in the league at 108.9, whereas the Dream rank last with a 95.1 offensive rating. Defensively, New York excels at limiting free throw attempts, allowing only 15.8 per game, the best in the league, while Atlanta ranks 5th, conceding 17.4 free throw attempts per game to their opponents. Although the Dream managed to surprise the Sun on Friday night, their upcoming challenge against the league-leading Liberty is formidable. Atlanta is expected to face significant difficulties, particularly without Howard, impacting both their offense and defense. The Dream has the league's lowest scoring offense and will be up against a New York team that leads the league in scoring. While Atlanta is competent defensively, New York surpasses them in this area as well. The Liberty boast an impressive 9-2 home record and, having already secured 2 road wins against the Dream this season, are poised to rebound and secure another victory. Therefore, the New York Liberty to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Both teams are likely to score prolifically against each other in this matchup. Recent defensive performances show the Dream allowing 93.5 points over their last 2 games, while the Liberty have conceded 84 points in their previous 4 games. Both teams have also been effective in securing offensive rebounds, with Atlanta ranking 5th in the WNBA with 8.6 offensive rebounds per game and New York ranking 7th with 7.8 offensive rebounds per game. Throughout this season, Atlanta has seen the under hit in 8 of their 15 games. On the road, the Dream have gone over the total in 4 of their 6 away games, allowing at least 80 points in each instance. New York has seen the over hit in 11 of their 19 games, including the Commissioner's Cup Final. The Liberty come into this game having gone over the total in 5 straight games and 7 of their last 8. They have also gone over the total in 8 of their 11 home games this season, with 7 of the last 10 meetings between these teams going over the mark. And given New York's potent offensive capabilities, this game is expected to exceed the total points line. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Indiana Fever versus Phoenix Mercury. The Indiana Fever are set to face off against the Phoenix Mercury on Sunday afternoon at the Footprint Center in a non-conference showdown. The Fever currently hold the 5th spot in the Eastern Conference with a 7-12 record, and they are aiming to break a 2-game losing streak following an 89-77 defeat on the road against the Seattle Storm this past Thursday. On the other hand, the Mercury sit 4th in the Western Conference with a 9-8 record and are looking to end a 4-game losing streak, despite having secured a 92-7 78 home victory against the Los Angeles Sparks on Friday. This matchup is the first of 3 games between these two teams this season, making it a crucial test for both sides. When it comes to defending the three-point line, both teams exhibit similar capabilities. The Indiana Fever ranked 10th in the league, allowing a 36.3% shooting percentage from beyond the arc, while the Phoenix Mercury are slightly better, ranking 9th with a 35.9% three-point defense. However, recent defensive performances highlight a different trend, as Indiana has been giving up an average of 84 points over their last 5 games, compared to Phoenix's 87 points allowed in their last 4. This game, broadcast on ESPN, promises to attract significant attention, with standout players like Caitlin Clark expected to deliver impressive performances. Although the Mercury boast experienced stars like Diana Taurasi, who is 42, and Brittany Griner, who is 33, their top player might be Kali Copper. Despite their star-studded lineup, Phoenix's 9-8 record suggests vulnerabilities. The Fever, although recently suffering a loss to Seattle, had a 4-game winning streak and narrowly lost by 1 point to the Chicago Sky in another high-profile encounter. Clark, who was outperformed by Angel Reese in her last major game, will be eager to make a strong statement here, and the Fever also rely on Aliyah Boston's size to challenge Griner inside. Betting on the Phoenix Mercury has often been favorable this season, but bookmakers are adjusting the odds, making it harder to find value. This game marks only the second time this season that the Mercury are favored by 7 or more points. The Indiana Fever are playing some of their best basketball, particularly by integrating Boston more effectively into their strategy, and they've covered the spread in 5 of their last 6 games. Therefore, the Indiana Fever to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Examining the offensive performance over the last 5 games, both teams have been scoring at an impressive rate. Indiana is averaging 87 points per game, while Phoenix is slightly ahead with 88.4 points per game. Both teams also tend to commit a significant number of turnovers, which can lead to fast break opportunities. The Fever are 5th in the league with 14.8 turnovers per game, closely followed by the Mercury, who commit 15.4 turnovers per game. While these teams are around the middle of the pack in scoring, Indiana's defensive struggles and the excitement of a nationally televised game suggest that this matchup will exceed the total points projected. The Mercury's trio of Copper, Griner, and Taurasi can score at any moment, and the Fever have their own offensive threats in Clark, Boston, and Mitchell. Indiana has allowed 88 or more points in their last 2 games and ranks as the worst defense in the league in terms of points allowed per game. The Fever's fast-paced style leads to more possessions and scoring opportunities for their opponents, with both teams likely to push the pace over the projected total as our full game total pick. Minnesota Lynx versus Chicago Sky. The Minnesota Lynx are set to travel to the Windy City for a Sunday afternoon showdown against the Chicago Sky. Currently, the Lynx are the hottest team in the WNBA, having recently secured the 2024 Commissioner's Cup by defeating the New York Liberty in New York. Meanwhile, the Chicago Sky have been hitting their stride over the past 2 weeks, playing some of their best basketball of the season as they aim to climb the standings and enter the playoff conversation. Throughout this season, Minnesota has excelled on both ends of the court. Offensively, the Lynx are averaging 85 points per game, ranking 3rd in the WNBA. They also boast the 2nd highest field goal shooting percentage at 45.4% and lead the league in 3-point shooting percentage at 40%. Defensively, Minnesota is just as formidable, allowing the 2nd fewest points per game at 75 and holding opponents to the lowest field goal percentage and 3-point percentage in the league. In contrast, Chicago is 8th in scoring with 80 points per game and 6th in points allowed, giving up 81.8 points per game. The Sky rank 10th in field goal shooting percentage and are last in 3-point shooting percentage. Furthermore, Minnesota has covered the spread in 12 of their first 17 games this season, while Chicago has failed to cover the spread in 10 of their first 16 games. The Sky are currently enduring a challenging stretch, having faced the Aces and now preparing to take on the Lynx. This marks 2 consecutive games against 2 of the WNBA's top offenses. However, the key difference in this matchup is that the Lynx also possess one of the league's best defenses. Minnesota ranks 2nd in points allowed per game and 1st in field goal defense. This poses a significant challenge for a Chicago team that struggles offensively. The Lynx are adept both in the paint and on the perimeter, and they are likely to exploit the Sky's poor 3-point shooting by collapsing on Reese and company in the paint. The Minnesota Lynx will be eager to bounce back from an upset loss to the Wings, especially considering they defeated the Sky by 11 points in early May. The Lynx are an even better team now and have a 13-5 record against the spread this season, making them a reliable pick. In contrast, the Chicago Sky have been poor offensively and have failed to cover the spread in 8 of their last 10 games. Given the strength of Minnesota's defense, it's hard to see how the Sky will generate enough offense to compete. Therefore, the Minnesota Lynx to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Sky will likely struggle against Minnesota's dominant defense, especially in the paint. Given their last-place ranking in three-point field goals per game, coupled with Minnesota's top-ranked perimeter defense, Chicago's offensive options are limited. While Minnesota occasionally shows sloppiness, the Sky are just as prone to errors, negating any potential advantage. Despite the Lynx's offensive prowess, their defense allows only 75 points per game, the second best in the league, and holds opponents to the lowest shooting percentages both overall and from three-point range. The total has gone under in 9 of Minnesota's first 17 games this season and in 5 of their last 8. Considering Chicago's poor shooting percentages, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.